afternoon, good evening, good whatever it is, wherever you are. My name is Katie O, and this is Moon Mama Musings. Welcome back to my living room for another Energy People for today, the 15th of November, 2021. Before I start, I just want to say I'm really sorry for yesterday's video. I know that I cut it, it was all of a sudden, it's done. I had stuff going on, and it was I wanted to get out the gist of the idea before I would have had to stop the video and record a 3-second little blurb. So I tried to kind of avoid it, but I do kind of realize that I probably should have just called it, gone back on, said what I had to say, and then come back. But I'm sorry, I did not. So I'm sorry if those end of the messages were rushed for yesterday's video, but hey, it is what it is. I apologize, and I hope you still love me. Speaking of which, today we are the 15th of November, 2021. We're in a waxing gibbous moon in the sign of Aries. And I heard, "You've got the love, you've got the love," said, "You've got the love." Yeah, this is a song that has come out for me at the quite early on, pretty frequently, and actually for some time in my channeling over here, and well, in the Moon Mama Musings saga. "You've Got the Love" is a song that definitely came up, and I believe it's a constant theme that we have to realize that we've got so much inside of us, and we have so much potential, and that we are capable of creating love for ourselves by finding it within us. And today I do feel that we're having realizations of how much we have, of how much love we've got in our lives, of that our acknowledgement and coming to terms with the fact that we are surrounded by love even when we feel alone, it opens the way for more gifts to come in. I think some of you have been receiving certain gifts from the universe, and it can just, it doesn't have to be physical things, but either way, there is some sort of love and beauty coming towards you. And I think today you're going, "Oh my God, wow. Oh my God, look at all this. Look at all this. Wow, beautiful." It's like you've cultivated a garden for some time, and you wake up in the morning all sleepy-eyed and go out to the garden and get your little watering can. And you're like, "I'm going to do my rounds and water my plants." And then you're like, holy there's flowers everywhere all of a sudden. It's overnight. Every plant that you've ever touched has just blossomed into this, it's not just a garden anymore. It's a whole ecosystem. Yeah. Sorry, I just have to make a little note. All right. Let's talk about the aspects of today. There's quite a few. First and foremost, we have the moon in a sextile with Saturn. And I'm feeling with the moon in Aries with this new zodiac cycle, as I talked about yesterday in the Peephole, we are coming at it fresh-faced and bushy-tailed. We are ready for whatever Saturn has to throw at us, to the point that we're so ready that we're going down to Saturn's workshop. You know how I sometimes, if you guys are new here, Saturn, I equate to, it's like your dad who has this motorcycle that he works on in the garage. And it's it's this ongoing project. It's he just constantly fiddles over this. So he goes down into the garage, and he'll be in there doing his thing. And he only comes up for air every so often. But he's very busy with all of this, and it's the inner workings of things, right? But when he's in retrograde, he comes out and is "Okay, you kids, I need your help. We have to go to this store, that store, this store, this store. I need to get all of these supplies. I need you to do this. I need you to do that." And you're like, "Oh." So Saturn came direct a couple of weeks. Actually, it's probably over a month ago now. But either way, when we came out of Saturn direct, it was he was "Okay, thanks for all your help. I'm going to go back and work on the bike." And you're like, "Oh God, thank God." Haha. Okay. But now it's we've come to such a constant, well, not constant. We've come to a much more sturdy state within ourselves, a little bit of constant energies within us. We're starting to feel a regular hum and understanding that it is us. And because we've gained this confidence, we're able to actually go knock on the garage door and be like, "Hey, Saturn, I know you're going to be in here for a little while. Do you need anything? Can I do something for you? Can I help you? Can I hold something? Can I shine your light on the spot that you're working on? Do you need a sandwich?" And Saturn is "Oh, wow, proactive, delightful. Yeah, sure. This is going to make it easier for the next time we go retrograde, because I'll already have some of the stuff that I would have. I mean, I've got a list going. I've got a list going. I'm just going to compile it all so that I can come at you with a few different tasks. It was just 444 on the time too. I don't know if some of you guys, that's meaningful for you. But yeah, we're being proactive now, and we're actually going to ask Saturn, "Hey, okay, what can we do? How can we sort karma before it actually festers and becomes a problem?" Yeah. The moon is squaring Venus, and I'm hearing that we're accepting the harshness of Venus in Capricorn, and we're willing to take it on the chin where necessary here, because we've got this fresh face, bushy tail moon in Aries. We're like, yep, look, we gotta go, we gotta move. What do we need to do to do it? And even if Venusian energies are being a little bit right now, we're like, okay, I'll take it. Yeah, just tell me what I have to do. All right. Venus is also squaring Chiron. So I'm hearing that we are recognizing this harsh energy is a learned behavior for some of us when we're dealing with our external circumstances, or even ourselves. Is that harshness that comes in the Venusian energies right now? If we're talking about ourselves, we're realizing that, oh, well, I was conditioned by my surrounding, my upbringing, my mentors, my life to act in a certain way, or to feel a certain way, or to receive in a certain way, or to in a certain way. And in fact, that was actually only learned through wounding. It was like forced down my throat, and it was never really a part of myself. So I am understanding that it was never part of me, and I can pass on those wounds now using this kind of harsher Venusian energy to realize that, like, it's like creating a division within yourself, going, okay, I see why I do that. And yes, it's my, I do that. Yes, I'm not removing my accountability, but I also understand that this was never really me to begin with. It was a learned behavior. And with regards to that, you can also look at other people's knee-jerk reactions sometimes and face them with compassion to go, this person is not outwardly trying to hurt me. They're just doing what they think they need to do in order to protect themselves. Mm. Or the way that my company is growing is not necessarily growing to phase me out, but it's doing so because it thinks that it needs to put pressure on me every so often with performance reviews and whatever in order to keep me going. But I know that that's not what keeps me going. Yeah. So we're taking it on the chin, right? We're going, okay, I'll deal with these performance reviews every 3 months, because even though they make me feel like you're breathing down my throat and don't trust me as an employee, but I'll do it because I know that that's not what actually measures my performance. Does that make sense? Okay, so we also have the moon sextiling the north node. And I'm getting this is really nice because we're like the focus on fulfilling our destiny, the focus on reaching that healed state, that expansive area, that way that we master ourselves in order to greater align with the things that are meant for us. That feeling is so strong that it makes us feel capable of surmounting anything. Brings me back to the moon and Aries energy again, is often Aries energy for me because it's the first of the zodiac cycle. It reminds me a lot of the Fool card in tarot. Sorry, I got the hiccups. I've been having the hiccups so much lately. I don't know if you guys are really nervous or I just like have an overactive diaphragm right now, but anyway. um, Aries energy I often associate with the Fool card in tarot because it's the first of the deck, right? It's the first of the major arcana. We have to start as the Fool and move forward. And Aries energy, whereas it can be very hard-headed, yeah, it does have this beautiful sense of like unspoilt potential of like being able to willing to move forward in a field that like in a way that we might not have ever done before, even if we don't really fully understand it, because we just have the drive, right? We're ready to jump off the cliff, even if we don't know what's going to be at the bottom. So I really like that, is that north node, our destiny, the call that we feel to heal ourselves in order to bring to fruition our true authenticity and the gifts that we deserve, and to really realize our real potential in this life. It's wild horses now, and it's bringing us forward, and it's going, okay, you've got all the love that you need. You have all of the emotional support that you need. You have all of the tools that you've ever needed, and you can go forward no matter what comes to you. Mm-hmm. The moon is also in conjunction with Chiron. So Chiron is in the invasion of the body snatchers mode, and I'm feeling that we are treading a very fine line between using our hardships that we've gone in the past and learning lessons from them to be able to move forward productively, and also, but we're like yeah, we know we have to do that, but we're treading the fine line of letting the wounds of our past kind of swallow us whole, right? Beware not to let your demons take over your self-talk or your subconscious. Beware to make sure that you know you're so intrinsically familiar with the vibration of yourself that you know when your ego is acting up, that you know. Esotero is one of my favorites. She says it so perfectly. She says the ego is the voice that screams and the intuition is the one that whispers. So be sure to be able to tap into that whisper and not let the wounds of your past just scream the pain of it so you can't even understand the meaning for that pain. Okay, everybody goes through difficult tasks, and when they surmount them, they become stronger on the other side. So there's always meaning for it. And I believe that right now, with this conjunction with Chiron and the moon, is that we do feel all of this beautiful drive, but we still are at risk of letting our wounds from the past kind of sabotage our forward motion. All right, let's get a card of the day. I'm going to use the Tattoo Tarot. See what we have to say here. What have we got? What have we got? 15th of November, or whenever this message finds you. These are timeless readings on the end. If you find this message whenever you find it, it's because there's something in here for you. But let's see, what do we need to know about today, the 15th? Okay. Is that one? Yeah, it's only one. Hanged Man. Yeah. We're changing our perspective. We're being called to see things from different light. With that, you've got the love energy that I kind of felt at the beginning, is that we are being called to realize how much beauty is already around us, even though we still feel suspended and in a state of inaction. Yeah. The Hanged Man can also sometimes be this, not this particular one, but sometimes it comes through the energy of, like, depending on the imagery of the card, sometimes you see that this person literally put himself in this situation. They strung themselves up. Not this one. Or, well, I mean, maybe, because look, the rope is very, oh no, but he's got, well, you can't see. You can't see if his hands are tied, but the rope is definitely in a place where he could access it if he uses his hands, but does he choose to? I'm hearing for some of you guys, you are ready to cut yourself down at any moment, and you just have to realize that there are no shackles around your wrists. You can pull yourself down at any moment. This is like a slip knot, right? Is that you pull one string and bloop, it undoes, and he falls down and he's back down to earth. Ace of Wands, you have some extreme passion within you that's trying to burst forth right now, and all you have to do is cut yourself down from this state of putting yourself on the shelf, in order to realize all this gorgeous creativity, all of this gorgeous passion, all of this gorgeous fire within you. All right, we're going to ask the bag of tricks for a little bit of advice. I know my messages have been much more clear and concise lately. I think that these videos are probably going to be, I'm going to start putting time limits on my videos so that I don't go just kind of wandering off into nowhere land with my analogies. I believe that it reaches people more accessibly when there's shorter time frames and when I get to the point, quite frankly. I think for some time I did need to sort of la-di-da-di-da because I was, figuring out my own way and also kind of, trying to get you guys to understand that I'm a human as well and that, find that relatability factor so that my messages do actually ring true for you if they're meant for you. But yeah, I am going to be honing it down. Okay, we have conviction and star. So I'm hearing that you need to, your healing is all about your own dedication to it, all right? You have to be convinced that you're capable to heal in order to heal. If you start falling into like scapegoats and cop-outs, if you kind of put yourself, if you're setting up a plan and you're leaving yourself loopholes in order to like have a quick out, that's not honoring your North Node. So be very, very convinced of your plan. Be very convinced of your destiny. Be very convinced that your healing will have positive benefits for you. Allow and know. Okay, you're in a back and a forth energy, right? Because the universe is telling you to allow, and your voice, part of you is saying let it in, let it in, let it in, and the other part of you is saying absolutely not, absolutely not, absolutely not. So remember to figure out which of those voices is screaming and which of those voices is whispering. Divine Feminine and refuse. You've been called into your feminine energy, and some of you guys are very resistant of it. You don't like being vulnerable. You don't like being in your emotions. You don't like sitting and waiting for things to happen. But this refusal to understand this energy is holding you back, and it's what feeds your ego into affirming, going, oh my God, I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Accept what is and want. You have an Ace of Cups coming for you. You've asked for it, and it is coming for you, and you need to accept it now. Okay, you need to absolutely come into terms with the fact that your manifestations are coming true and you will have your cup overflowing, but you have to continue to put the work to keep your cup full so that you have excess to share. Accept that, though. Accept this self-love journey. I know that some of you guys, every time I say self-love, you're like, oh my God, again. You have to. It's not something that you do once and your cup is always full. You need to maintain this all of the time. Get your practice down. Put yourself towards a ritual, make commitments to yourself, and give yourself little plans and convince yourself that they are worthy, not only worthy of your energy, but they are beneficial. Some of you guys have been neglecting some of your spiritual practice. Yes, I'm guilty. I've not been journaling. I've not been doing my gratitude notes. I've been being a little bit flippant with my my dedicated practice, and I hear you. I gotta accept that it's definitely forever, and it's something that you don't just let go once you feel some triumph. So hopefully that was helpful. But I'll be back tomorrow if it wasn't, and I believe actually, is it today? No. Yeah. I'll see you tomorrow. But until then, I'm so sorry for anything you're going through if I've made you feel a certain way. Thank you for being a beautiful being and lending your energy to this circuit that I hold so dear. Thank you to your guides, my guides, the Ascended Masters, angels, and whatever other energies were involved in helping us find these clear, concise messages for our greatest good in a timeless manner, whenever they are here for us, whether we find it today, tomorrow, or in the near or distant future. If we're listening to these messages, if we're hearing them now, it's because they are meant for us. And I love you to the moon and stars and to infinity and beyond and back. And I accept this, and I hope you do too. But if not, no worries, my darlings. It's all good. We'll catch you in another one. Bye.